Wolverine 59 of Gamers X here. First of all, Happy New Year. But I wanted to do a comic book review. And this is Injustice Year 1, Vol.2. It's there. I've read it years back, and I keep wanting to do a review of it, but yeah, I had notes prepared and everything, and yeah, I don't have those notes anymore. So, but I looked at a comic story and really looked into how this comic is, and I always read the trade paperbacks. I always do. Trade paperbacks. Like, okay, if I read a single issue comic, I feel like I'm watching a TV show where you get ads right there, and then you're back to the comic. But trade paperbacks I love, because that way I get a whole digest of what it is and how it looks and everything. So first, the thing is, basically, first off, if you haven't read, spoiler alert, but yeah. So if you played the game, you know that Superman and Batman are at odds with each other. Superman being the villain and taking over his Earth due to what Joker did to him. And I'm always team Superman, but it's kind of like a both, like I'm of two minds of it a bit, where I understand Bruce, like, yeah, you don't cross that line. Where I see where Superman's at, where even though what he did was not, like, you don't cross that line, but where the main argument for me that catches me is that, yeah, Bruce, you should have done something about Joker. You should have. But yeah, and with this version of Superman, it's like, wow, yeah, you don't want to tangle with this version of Superman. You don't. Anywho, like, seriously, imagine seeing that version of Superman coming down your way. Yeah, no. Okay, so Batman has his insurgency all set up. Green Arrow, Huntress, I forget who else, but he basically has his normal street level heroes as his way. So he has Martian Manhunter disguised as Hawk Girl. There we go. And so the real Hawk Girl is under arrest by Bruce. So Martian Manhunter's basically he's basically an agent at this point. So Bruce scours his team and goes, okay, we need to do something about Superman, because he's going down a very dark road, and we gotta stop him at all costs. And Green Arrow asks, okay, why should we trust you? Why should we trust you? So Batman reveals himself to be Bruce Wayne and everybody's all shocked. So at this point on this Earth, nobody actually traded um, their secret IDs to each other. Like, hi, I'm Barry Allen. I'm Oliver Queen. I'm John Stewart. Nobody's doing that. So basically, they're they're okay. What do you want us to do? So then you see the Justice League. They're not the regime yet. They're the Justice League. They find they find they find something. They hear something on the radio, like, "Help me, please, help me." They go to the what was Metropolis and they find Lex Luthor. And if you know from the game, in that Earth, he's the good version of Lex Luthor. And so, and Superman and Lex are friends, so he's elated seeing Lex. So then you see this what gets me, and what I love about these comics, that they make you really think. So there's a panel where Superman and the Flash, they're playing chess, and because before that, Calibac sees that Superman's gone soft, so once Superman was good to he was going to be having a press I forget what it's called, a press report or whatever, and yeah, so we know what happens there. Yeah, he sends all his parademons, everything in, and so Superman goes unleashed on Carabac. I think that's one of Darkseid's minions. I keep forgetting his name. So, anywho, he swoops down and defeats him. So, okay, back to the panel of Superman and the Flash playing chess. He's basically telling him, I want to get rid of all crime. How do we do that? And Barry, he talks about the many things that we could stop, car accidents, and like, basically what he was saying, all of what Superman wants to do is a slippery slope, because if we keep doing harsher laws, and make bans on anything that is not really of our control, that's a huge slippery slope, and Superman is not he's not getting it, but it's like it's something to really think about, and it's like, okay, I mean, but it was impressive, and so Batman is still at odds with the Justice League. He's out, and we see we see we see them again, arguing how this could go. And so what happens is that Bruce is trying to talks some sense into Superman, talks some sense into the League that they've gone too far. It's it's been like, you know, this gone a bit too much. And so, oh, I think, was it, oh yeah, Ma and Pa can't get targeted. Superman saves them, puts them in the fortress, but Batman actually tells uh, the government, like, okay, you did poorly. You do not target them. That was a bad call. So let's see what else. Okay, so okay, then the Justice League. Oh wait, that's why. Okay, now I'm remembering more. The thing is, why they meet is because Damian went back. Because first off, he took the Kryptonian pill, which gives him super strength and vulnerability and whatnot. Then what happens is that I think he wanted peace between. Oh no, he wanted like heart to heart with Alfred, but not a heart to heart Bruce after what happened with Nightwing. And when Bruce sees him, he he basically goes, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here." And you get why Bruce is mad. On one hand, yeah, that's his son, but on the other hand, after what he did to Nightwing, that's an understanding of why he doesn't want Damian around anymore. And Alfred's trying to be like, hey, just make up with them. Damian's getting angry. He accidentally pushes Alfred, but also he sees that Hawkgirl is in his chamber. So then they meet. Oh wait, no. Then Superman, rest of the Justice League air out that Bruce Wayne's Batman. They were gonna leak out to the news. Bruce cuts them off, but they put on Twitter no less, which is like, oh yeah, but his secret's out. So they meet and they talk about how far they're going down the slippery slope. Then we see in terms of what happens. All I know is that okay, the government helps Batman out to distract Superman so they could go to the Fortress of Solitude and not fix, was it? Oh, and they they try and make their own Kryptonian pill. Okay, I'm on the right track here. So they don't know that Ma and Pa Kent are in the fortress. Superman finds out, goes to the fortress with Captain Adam at the worst point. Oh, before that, more and more story. Sorry, I had the notes, but yeah, they're gone. So, what? Now I remember. Okay, Wonder Woman gets knocked out by Martian Manhunter. But before he does that, he tells Superman that he's going down a dangerous road because he's seen what happens when people start putting their authority onto other people. It's happened on Mars. So then we see again. We go back to the Fortress Solitude deal. Oh, and Martian Manhunter, he sadly goes at Superman's heat vision. Wonder Woman's unconscious. Unconscious. Come on. Come on, Wolverine 59 won't get this right. So, anywho, he destroys Captain M in front of the insurgency. So Green Arrow's the only one there. Oh, Black Canary's part of Batman's team now. Okay. So, trying to remember all this. Bear with me here. So, Green Arrow's trying to distract Superman, and so it was just funny. He says, "No, I thought Batman was gonna be the one who snapped." I'm like, it's true, and that's why I think I wouldn't mind seeing an Injustice, Gods Among Us, but if it's Batman who goes down this road, I want to see that happen. I know it's not gonna happen. I remember reading like, oh no, Batman's gonna win. I don't know, but I want to see it. I still want to see it. Anywho, Green Arrow shoots an arrow that has the kryptonian pill, but so he distracts Superman until Superman ends the Green Arrow. And I was like, wow. Like, and he goes full force. I'm like, what just happened? What just happened to Oliver Queen? And the Mack, he's a Green Arrow fan, so if he read this, he'd be like, what? And I was like, no way. I mean, I get where this is leading to. I'm like, how? But wait. In the game, they mentioned that, right? That Oliver Queen in that universe was gone. But I was like, okay, they're not gonna. If they're gonna do it, it would have been year 5. I would have thought, but no. And the way they do it was, and of course, Mom Pop can't stop Superman, and Superman is like, he's beyond. It's almost like he's beyond redemption at this point, and you see how this goes in, and Superman's like, this is all Bruce's fault. This is all Bruce's fault. If we stopped Joker right then and there, none of this would have been happening. And of course, Jor-El, he says that the fortress is closed for Superman. So Batman has the kryptonian pill. Then then so they he tries to make a copy, and and so as to make a copy, we have world's finest coming to a huge fight, and the way this goes, and he even shows the footage of Clark and Lois's wedding, and said, "You were supposed to honor her and love her. This isn't honoring her. This is wrecking Superman to the core." And the way this goes, like Fawn, like if we, I know they made an animated movie about would love to see this live action, but the way that this goes is wow. And Superman breaks Batman's back, and we see like Bruce tells him, because Superman's also trying to, you know, get some information out of him, and Bruce says this: no matter how many ways that you see this, I want you to remember this moment that you try using torture to get something that you want. And Superman says he doesn't mean it, but Bruce like, yeah, you keep telling yourself that, but no matter what, you're just like them. Alfred comes and he took the pill and goes full. I'm trying to think. He goes full force on him. He's trying to go full force on him, and he does. Picks up Bruce, and yeah. So then Superman addresses that, yeah, no more crime. This has to go. And we see the regime soldiers. That's something. That's something of this. I'm gonna get year 3. I mean, I'm gonna try to do year 2 as much as I can. I have no printer, so I kind of wish I had a printer right now. So I'm gonna. Luckily, I'm gonna be up all night because New Year's. So I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do the comic book reading club and how I'm gonna do it. You know, basically, if